Dear students, let me discuss the blueprint of Class 8 Science Term 1 examination. The format of the assessment is as follows. Term 1 assessment has been divided into two parts: objective type paper of 40 marks and subjective type paper of 40 marks. The objective type paper, which will be of 40 marks, will be taken through Google Forms, and the timings of this objective type paper will be 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. The subjective type paper will also be of 40 marks and the timings will be 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Let me discuss the pattern of these two papers separately. The pattern of objective type paper is as follows. There will be 30 questions in all. These will be MCQ type questions. 20 questions will be asked, which will be of 1 mark each. These will be 20 MCQs of 1 mark, and there will be 10 MCQs of 2 marks in the objective type paper. So this makes the total 40, and these 10 MCQs will be application based questions. The pattern of subjective type paper is as follows. There will be 13 questions in all. 3 questions will be of 2 marks, 8 questions will be of 3 marks, and 2 questions will be of 5 marks. Let me tell you the weightage of the chapters. Electric current and its chemical effects has the weightage of 12. Force and pressure has the weightage of 10 marks. Friction has the weightage of 11 marks. So physics has weightage of 33 marks. In chemistry, sources of energy has the weightage of 11 marks. Combustion has the weightage of 11 marks. And so chemistry has the weightage of 22 marks. In biology, microorganisms, friends of foes, is coming of 25 marks. So this entire weightage is collective weightage of objective and subjective type papers. Now let me discuss the blueprint of the paper. The highlighted columns are showing the distribution for the objective type paper, whereas the non-highlighted columns are showing the distribution of subjective type paper. The number that you see in the bracket denotes the number of questions. Let me take example of one chapter, electric current and its chemical effects. In the objective type paper, there will be 2 questions of 1 mark. There will be 1 question of 2 marks. So in the objective type paper, there will be 3 questions of this chapter, and in the subjective type paper, there will be 1 question of 2 marks and 2 questions of 3 marks from this chapter. So in the objective type paper, there will be 3 questions of this chapter, but in the subjective type paper, also there will be 3 questions of this chapter. So the total weightage of this chapter is 12, and there will be 6 questions which will be asked from this chapter. Let me draw your attention towards the weightage of the other chapters. Force and pressure, there will be 3 questions of 1 mark in the objective and 1 question of 2 marks in the objective type paper. There will be 1 question of 5 marks in the subjective type paper from this chapter. So the weightage of this chapter is 10, and there will be 5 questions in all from this chapter. In friction, there will be 7 questions in all and the weightage is 11. Sources of energy, 7 questions in all, weightage will be 11. Combustion, 7 questions in all, weightage will be 11. Let me talk about the chapter Microorganisms, Friends or Foes, which belongs to biology. In the objective type paper, there will be 3 questions of 1 mark from this chapter, 3 questions of 2 marks from this chapter. So there will be 6 questions of this chapter in the objective type paper. However, in the subjective type paper, there will be 1 question of 2 marks, 3 questions of 3 marks, and 1 question of 5 marks from this chapter. So the weightage of this chapter is 25, and there will be 11 questions in all from this chapter. Let me show you the total. There will be 20 questions of 1 mark in MCQ, 10 questions of 2 marks in Google form. Then in subjective type paper, there will be 3 questions of 2 marks, 8 questions of 3 marks, and 2 questions of 5 marks. The total number of questions is 43, and the entire examination is of 80 marks. All the best, children.